Greetings, my name is Neosekken, and welcome to a brand new Let's Play of Dino Crisis. Now, this is a game from the PlayStation 1 that I grew up playing, and I remember quite fondly, especially because back in my elementary school days, I was basically the local... excuse me, I could just speak. The local Dino Nut. Dinosaurs were my passion as a kid, before video games basically took priority around middle school, but for then, though... I basically studied everything and anything dinosaur related. From any books I could find in the school library to any time I could ever get on the computers. I made absolutely sure that whatever books I could find, whatever research material I could discover on the subject, I'd read it, I'd be well versed in it. And, well, sadly that passion of mine, I guess, died at some point around middle school for some reason. Even though I pretty much had fun with researching dinosaurs and all that stuff. Because, I mean, who doesn't love dinosaurs? Like, they're fucking awesome. So, I can't quite remember the story exactly of how I was able to play this game growing up here when I pretty much wasn't allowed to play any horror games in general. Yet for some reason, this one was pretty much okay, along with its sequel game, Dino Crisis 2, and, well, 3, when I played that on the original Xbox. Double standards, I guess, or maybe because, or maybe, I don't know. I honestly have no idea. But those of you who don't never heard this game and are wondering what it's about, well, I'll give you the short version. I'll give you the short version. Just basically picture Jurassic Park, but with elements of your average B-rated horror movie, and there you go. That's basically Dino Crisis. Jurassic Park, but played a little more on the horrific side, for what that's worth. And that's really the short of it here. Of course, the plot is more complicated than that, and, well, you'll pretty much see what I'm talking about as I go along and play this. So, I guess I'll just go ahead and get things started. But yeah, I'm excited to play this game again. It's been a little while. I'm gonna go ahead and play on normal mode, because, well, I want a little bit of a challenge.
You have mail. The second report from Military Experiment Facility. Agent name, Tom.
I have successfully infiltrated under the guise of a researcher as planned.
Coolest email reviewing software ever.
I have encountered no information regarding top-secret development of new type weapons. But I have discovered there is an unexpected individual at this facility. The man is Dr. Kirk, the leading authority of our nation's energy research.
Captain Kirk and Dr. McCoy had a baby.
Dr. Kirk was alleged to have died in an accident during the course of an experiment 3 years ago. The reports were premature, and it appears that he is currently working as the head of a non-weapon project at this facility. The experiment is in the late stages of development. Regarding the staged accidental death, it appears that this country is somehow involved, recommending that necessary actions be taken immediately.
Refer to the data on Dr. Kirk.
Deceased. Dr. Kirk proposes the ultimate source of clean energy. Government rejects financial support. Laboratory closes. Probably was too expensive a plan. Tragic disaster. Dr. Kirk deceased following an accident during an experiment.
Operation instructions.
Secure Dr. Kirk and repatriate him swiftly. And what? I would like to know the other half of my instructions. Thank you very much. I am going to a foreign country to basically steal somebody back, after all. More information would be helpful.
have a little turbulence.
Once you hit the ground, head straight to the designated convergence point. Got it?
Sorry I'm late.
It's time. Let's move out.
What about Cooper?
Forget him. Time's up.
Wait! Wait!
Can you feel it? Can you feel the excitement, the thrill? The shivers running down your spine as you hear those big thundering footsteps. I sure can. Him, though, probably not so much. Well, he probably is, but a different kind of shivering. There it is. Look at it. It's so beautiful. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Thy name is T-Rex.
Okay, this is the first checkpoint. Playtime is officially over, kiddies. Something's wrong. The lights in the guardhouse are out.
That definitely is a bad sign.
Maybe this has been a wild night of partying for the guards. You know, a little song, a little dance.
Then they need to be fired, because this is a government institution carrying very sensitive personnel and research.
Stay here, Junior. Leave the guards to me.
Or at least I'm assuming so. I mean, I know fuck all about the country that this island falls under.
Hey, did you hear what he just called me?
Forget about it. Just let Gale handle this.
All right, it's clear. Okay, let's do this. I'll infiltrate the facility and occupy the control room on the first floor. I should have access to all the security systems from there. I'll contact you as soon as I've cleared the room.
Oh, come on.
I'll contact you as soon as I've cleared the room.
I really gotta remember to disable my screensavers before I start recording episodes for gameplay. Now, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah. Well, you just be careful, Rick. Don't want to get yourself shot now. So, I'm not playing this on native hardware. I am playing this game on my regular gaming PC using the PSXE emulator, the 2.0.5 version. I'm running everything on high settings for video and game rendering, stuff like that, and I also got a widescreen hack enabled. So, there might occasionally be like a glitch or two here and there. Or things rendering out of frame, as it were, thanks to using a widescreen hack here, because this game was originally designed with a 4:3 aspect ratio in mind. So some things on one far end of the screen or another might be rendered either strangely or just not rendered at all here in some scenes. I wouldn't be surprised if I come across stuff like that here and there, so that's just something to bear in mind. Other than that, though, I'm hoping everything will will turn out okay. There won't be any sound glitches, and there won't be that many visual issues either. Everything will look nice and smooth and pretty.
Rick can handle the inside of the facility on his own.
Fine, Gale. Forgive me for ever thinking that my dear old buddy Rick could use some backup here, infiltrating a military complex by himself. I should leave the inside to Rick. You're all stupid. Every one of you. You should all stick together.
Let me guess. This is some of your handiwork, right?
The brass is still warm.
What? Brass or
These
grass?
guards were shooting at something very recently.
I think he said brass.
So who were they fighting?
Could be wrong.
This wasn't much of a fight. I don't think these guards hit anything before getting sliced and diced. Whatever they were shooting at came in through there, and ripped right through the steel fence.
Probably a
The
bear.
hole is nice and clean. But I still say you could have done this.
Or a cougar.
Very
Actually, no,
fun.
cougars are cowardly humans, never mind.
Still need to figure out what happened here. Continue to sweep the area.
I don't know, man. You look big and strong. You could probably tear open a hole in the fence with your bare hands. He is checking the ground. Yep, those look like shell casings to me. Watchroom of the guards. It's dark and no one seems to be inside. Well, what's stopping you from going in and checking to see what's in there? Maybe you'll find a goodie or two. See some pallets right here. And look at that. A movable box. We got an anesthetic aid. Increases the potency of items with anesthetic properties. So I have played and completed this game plenty of times throughout my life here. So pretty much to the point where I pretty much got almost the entirety of this game memorized. So puzzles and whatnot aren't really going to be an issue for me. So unfortunately, if any of you were looking for me to use my brain a little throughout this Let's Play, I'm afraid you're going to have to look elsewhere, because I'm pretty much going to be zooming through all those challenges as I come across them. But since this is technically a survival horror game, I will have to use my brain when it comes to managing my ammunition and health items and other resources as I'm trying to survive whatever kind of threats I encounter. So that will pretty much almost be guaranteed to be an unknown. You need the B1 backup generator room key to open this door. So in case some of the weird movements that characters make while talking here seems familiar to anyway, for those of you who played some of the earlier Resident Evil titles, or at least seen gameplay footage of them, that's because Dino Crisis was made by the same people in Capcom back then who made the older RE games. The series is the Dino Crisis series is kind of like a sister series to Resident Evil in a sense, I think. Although the stories aren't really all that connected to each other. They just have similar elements as far as gameplay and stuff is concerned. Or at least the first one did. Before the sequel came along and decided to basically take the games into a more action-oriented style. The words backup generator area / ground level are carved into it. It doesn't seem to be operational. Okay, there's an item right here, so I'll just move this and grab it. We got the resuscitation. You can return to life with your health fully restored. So, here's how the healing items work. Resuscitation basically acts as like a second layer of continues if in case I end up dying. So instead of using a regular continue, which I think they only give you like 5 total for each playthrough, if I have any resuscitation medicine on my person here, I'll use that instead of using a regular continue, and then I'll just come back to life in the area before whatever room I get killed in, with my health fully restored, regardless of whatever my condition was before I got killed in whatever that room was. M-packs, or med packs, which range from S, M, and L, small, medium, and large, are basically my regular healing items. Obviously, depending on the size of the med packs, the more or less they'll be able to heal me. Small heals me only a little bit, medium heals me a good bit, and large basically completely restores my health. And also stops bleeding, which is, if I get seriously injured in a fight or an encounter, I run the risk of bleeding, which will slowly drain my health over time. Which is what hemostats are for. They basically act as like big old band-aids I can put on those wounds to stop the bleeding. In case I don't have like an M-pack L on me, which can also stop the bleeding while completely restoring my health. And then, of course, I got my ammunition for my guns. Or at least gun. Currently, I only have my handgun at present. I will be able to find more weapons later on. And items like this, like the anesthetic aid with the blue cross symbol instead of the red, are items that I can mix in order to create new items. So let's say, for example, I want to increase the strength of... actually, I'll save the anesthetic aid for later. Let's say I want to increase the strength of my Medpack M. What I can do is I can take the hemostat, mix it in, and I will get an M-Pack M+. Different items that I can find and mix here will obviously produce different results here, from either producing slightly stronger versions of items already in my inventory or creating new items altogether. Now, I kind of thought that using a hemostat on an M-Pack M by itself here would be enough to give me an M-Pack L, which will allow me to fully heal my health and stop bleeding, but apparently I was mistaken on this. So I am just going to keep my anesthetic aid for now, and I'm going to leave the rest of my items alone. I'm going to just keep playing, and as I find more items, I will probably eventually remember exactly which items create what. And once I do, I will just show my mixing skills at work, and, well, we'll see what I can make. Beep, beep.
Rick here. I'm in. The place is deserted, though. I have a very bad feeling about this.
No,
How's
really?
the progress going with that security system?
I don't know what's been going on here, but it looks like all the power in this facility is being cut.
Same here.
As long as that's the situation,
Saw that door kind of
there's
clipping.
not a lot I can do. Why don't you see if you can gain access to the backup generators on the ground level?
I'm on it. What are you doing here?
I caught the last part of your conversation.
By the way, I found a key.
Hand it over. Let's head outside.
Okay, Gale. Number one, I didn't give you permission to butt in on my conversations with Rick. That's rude. And number two, I also didn't give you permission to just swipe the key out that I just found on my hand and just take it back this way. That's also rude. And I don't exactly approve of you not waiting an extra minute or two for Cooper to have come back to us. Not that it would have really mattered because he got eaten by the motherfucking T-Rex, but, well, details. Restricted area. Ahead, backup generator area. Just where we need to go with that key, actually. They must have been used to carry materials. Well, it's a wooden crate. What else would they be used for? To hide people in, Metal Gear style? Because they would need to be cardboard for that.
That's disgusting.
This guy's been eviscerated.
Regina's
Something tore his
reaction, though.
intestines straight out.
Look at those tooth marks. It had to be some sort of animal.
I still vote bear.
Okay, let's move on.
Bears are no joke, man. They may be big, they may be fluffy, they may look like something that you just want to hug and squeeze tight, but they don't fuck around if they want you dead. And they're fucking fast. Like, have you guys ever seen a bear chase anything? Either in recorded footage or even in person. They can keep, a lot of them can keep up with freaking deer. You wouldn't think that they'd be able to, but you'd be fucking surprised. So, we got another NPAC N from our dear old dead buddy here, so thank you very much. I will mix this, and look what we got here. An NPAC L++. So it's pretty much just what I said. I can now completely recover my health and stop any bleeding that I have accumulated from my wounds. I don't think accumulate even works in this context, but whatever. You guys understand what I mean. Now, there is, of course, another function for the plus symbols and some of the items that I can create. Well, actually, no way. I already explained what they... Yeah, I already explained that that they basically indicate stronger versions of items that I've managed to create mixtures of in my inventory if I mix certain items in with them. But in the case of, say, my NPAC L++, if I mix this with oh yeah, that's right. I need to. I was getting a step ahead of myself. I'm able to. I might as well just go ahead and tell you. One of the items that I can find, one of the weapon types that I can find in this game is tranquilizer darts, or either that, or I can just create them as I find anesthetic aids or other chemicals that I can mix together. And any threats that I come across, I can, instead of killing them, I do have the option to put them to sleep, in case I'm either running low on ammunition of other types for my weapons, or if I just want to conserve certain types of ammo. I have the option to create poison darts, which basically acts as one-kill darts that will kill just about everything. Yeah, it'll just kill pretty much anything that I shoot it at here in one shot here, because it's very fucking lethal poison. And I can only create that by mixing the strongest tranquilizer dart that I can create and a resuscitation medicine. So while it can give me the option to create a weapon here that I can one-shot anything I shoot it at here, just in case I need something to just take something down permanently, I do have to wrestle with the fact here that if I do that, I would have to give up some resuscitation medicine just in case I might possibly need it later on. So You kind of got to, it's stuff like this that kind of litters the entirety of the gameplay when it comes to your inventory management. You gotta, basically, it's just like your standard survival horror fare. You just gotta be wise, and you just gotta be wise with how you manage your inventory and decide right then and there on the fly here what you think you'll need, what you think you can afford to sacrifice, etc., etc. Just your usual fare. They may have been used as a source of backup power. They are empty. Alright, that's enough rambling from me. Let's move on.
I'll stand guard here. You go inside and take a look around.
Can you at least just walk with me through the door? Just to make sure that the general area that I'll walk into is deserted, and then stand guard. Look at this. It is a generator. And I gotta turn it on. It appears to be a notice. Avoid using the batteries from the other floor, and vice versa. A power distribution device that distributes electricity to the various areas of the facility. And a battery charger. If I set the battery here, I can charge it. Emergency backup power device reminder. Use the device to automatically set the batteries. Always remember to keep the batteries charged. Power distribution device that... Okay, that says the same thing as the other thing. So here is our very first puzzle of the game. Me turning on the backup generator here. These are the batteries that I got to mess around with and put in a certain order. And then I got to flip these switches right here on the side. And once I do it correctly, the generator will turn on. You can pretty much use the switches here and the colors from left to right to figure out where the batteries need to go. And once you do that, then allow me. We'll just push the center button and the right button. Center again. And abracadabra. Easy peasy. Well, we got power. Let's get back outside.
Gale?
You might... I know what you're probably thinking, Regina. Maybe I should have brought something bigger than just a simple handgun to this mission. Although I'd argue you should have brought something bigger, just, you know, as a common sense thing, because you were infiltrating, well, you are infiltrating a military complex, and look at what we got here. It certainly isn't ketchup. Excuse me. Now that's the long blood trail. Okay, so this here is a velociraptor. I'm gonna try and... Shit. Okay, I just... Combat is inherently clunky, so you can't just go guns a-blazing here with these things, because, well, these things are inherently much more agile than you are, so it's best to try to think a bit strategically about how you go about fighting these things instead of just, well, doing what I just demonstrated right there. I think I probably should have retreated a little bit. Anyway, that takes care of this lovely little scaled scaly. And as you can see, I'm bleeding. I'm leaving droplets of blood everywhere. You'd think with the amount of blood that I'm losing that I would... Oh, there we go. Now I'm starting to show signs of weakness. But yeah, seriously, look at how much blood that Regina is losing here. With that amount of blood here, you'd be just about ready to pass out by now. Video game logic. You gotta love it. I'm gonna wait a little more before I heal, because the bleeding will stop on its own eventually. Of course, you just gotta decide here whether or not it's worth the risk here to let the bleeding stop on its own. Otherwise, you'll just die of blood loss.
I got the control system back online. What's the situation over there?
Lizards!
It's Gale. I lost him.
So what's the bad news? Did you run into some guards?
No, lizards.
You're not gonna believe this. He was attacked by some kind of dinosaur.
Now that's a good one. So, who was it? Barney?
This isn't a joke, you idiot. We were just attacked by a big-ass lizard.
For real? What's going on over there? Alright. Head over to the control room and we'll sort out this whole situation.
Excuse me, I gotta go take care of that. Alright, sorry about that. Anyway, we should just go ahead and meet good old Ricky Boy in the control room. Yeah, there's another issue right there on the right side of the screen. You can see the sky from outside. There's always some kind of string attached here when it comes to emulation. Whenever you wanted to apply things like widescreen hacks and what have you. At least so far, stuff like that doesn't seem to be too big of an issue at this point. So I hope it stays that way throughout this whole thing, to where stuff like that doesn't happen very often. 10 a.m. Dr. Kirk's lecture. The future of the stabilizer. A stabilizer of what, though, is the question. There's a ventilation opening. I believe that I can reach it by climbing. Do you want to climb the ventilation opening? Well, it's either that or try to find a way to walk through a laser grid right in front of us. So, yeah, let's do it. These devices seem to control the power distribution of this facility. So there's two holes I can go down here. But the one I need to go to that will lead me to the control room is right down here, so this is where we're going to go. The control room hall. Here we go. Control room is right there, but before I go in, I'm just gonna take this. Ammunition is always nice to have, and I prefer to be stocked with it at all times.
What's our status?
This security system is a snap for me. Real amateur stuff.
Heard an audio glitch right there.
So what exactly happened to Gale? You said that he was attacked by a dinosaur?
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I just hope he's still alive. Anyway, our first priority is to complete the mission.
What we ought to do is just call in the chopper and get off this death trap.
That's a great idea, but Cooper has the radio, and he's missing.
Looks like they're starting some of their lines earlier than they're supposed
Hey, what's
to.
with this monitor?
That's the security monitor for the underground area. The camera's offline.
So I take it that means power still hasn't been restored to the area.
Exactly. They must have that area wired to a different power system than the ground level.
We can investigate that area after we finished our sweep of the ground level.
Okay, then I'll take care of the shutters that are blocking the way. You work your way in, grab the dock, and then rendezvous back here.
Okie dokie. It's a security control panel. The screen shows the ground area.
What's the deal with this place anyway?
Well, they're apparently researching something with, well, probably military, most likely military, something for military use here, which is pretty much kind of what I think Tom's report was hinting at right from the get-go. So to me, that's a fairly safe assumption to make. Security control panel, nothing is on the screen. An ID card is required to operate this elevator. An ID card I'll get later on.
Yeah. Now what I want to know is where those things are coming from.
shall just go right here into the management office. See what I can find in here. Looky what I got here. I got a shotgun! But I do not have anything I can use with it as of yet, so it's pretty much just dead weight to me at this point. Files are scattered. The guard rotation schedule is posted here. Switch. Will you press it? We got power. Documents on security are on the shelf. You got the DDK input disk H. Collect the code disk with the same mark and set both parts into the door. Now, what the hell is this thing? I bet you're wondering. Well, excuse me. I think there's a memo on that computer. Excuse me again. There's a memo on that computer that will explain what it is for me. Something seems to be inside the cardboard box. We got a plug, used for red, green, and yellow boxes. Multiple plugs may be necessary. Remember that little green box thing right outside the control room that was right next to that box of handgun ammunition I found? That's what this thing is for. Those things basically contain items that I can use for my survival, from healing items to ammunition or a mixture of both. Usually green boxes are for healing items. Red is for mostly ammunition, and yellow is usually a mixture of both ammunition and healing items. Yeah, I see the key item right there. I think the widescreen hack is making it show through the wall. I'll get right to that in just a second. On the screen is an email titled New Employee Education. Will you read the email? Yeah, okay. I was right. Please inform the new employee assigned to this department about the DDK system as follows. The Digital Disk Key, or DDK, is a system that secures our most important areas with an advanced locking device. To release the locks protected by a DDK, prepare and set the following two data disks at the locking device near the door. DDK code disk X, DDK input disk X. The type of the DDK you need is indicated on the door, A, B, etc. If the DDK type you use does not match, you cannot release the lock. Before operating the system, make sure that your DDK type matches the door you wish to unlock. So these DDK things are basically for password protected doors that I'll occasionally find throughout my journey. Shame that he didn't have a password protected door to protect his sorry butt. Poor bastard. Got panel key 2. It appears to be a panel that can unlock an electronic lock. And it's got what looks like LEO on there for Leo. Of course I know what that thing really is, but I won't get into that little detail just yet. He has been gouged in the torso. Astute observation, Regina. There's a panel here that accepts a numeric code. So there's some items here that I can use that will be necessary for me to progress. So I will need to find the number. Actually, wait. Maybe I remember what it is. Let me see if I'm right. There's a little memo nearby in this room here that I can, not in this room, but near this room that I can look at to get the combination in case I get this wrong, but let's see if I remember it. I think it's 8159. Never mind, I was wrong. Oh well. I don't think I'll save my progress just yet. Actually, you know what? Let me just go ahead and do that. Why not? I'll just save right here. And there we go.
Regina, I took care of the shutter. You should be able to access the control panel now.
Already? That was quick. Thanks.
Hey girl, just get going.
Thank you. And I hear you. Try to get me now, buddy. Ha! Don't you love it? It's lasers. Not so tough now, are you? Now, excuse me while I just peck at you until you die. Okay, is it? I think it's dead. Yeah, these things take a lot more bullets than you think that they should be able to. Which is another thing that you gotta keep in mind here if you decide to fight any of these dinosaurs. Because they're typically bullet sponges. Okay, I see another DDK thing up here. We got the input disk. So now we got both the input and code disks for the H door. Journal of the Guardsman. A page is dated today. Let's read it. Before tonight's experiment, the Chief and Dr. Kirk will be having a meeting at the second floor lounge from 1 p.m. Those who are scheduled to guard should keep a preponderant eye on the area in front of the Chief's room and its surrounding vicinity. There's a word I never hear anybody use. Preponderant. Before taking positions, be sure to resupply your ammunition in the custody room. The weapon storage in the custody room can be opened with the combination 0426. Okay, that's the combination that I needed. Also, we have received information that spies have sneaked into the facility recently. If anything happens, you may have to enter the rooms of the Chief and the Professor in order to ensure their safety. You will find the disk that contains the information you will need to access their rooms on top of the locker. That's all for now. And I thank you very much for the input disk. Okay, we got an stagged dart. Can tranquilize with a single shot, but the effects do not last long. And the tranquilizer darts have a similar strength system to the healing pet to the med packs. S is the weakest. M is the middle ground. And L would be the strongest and would be able to keep the dinosaurs asleep for the longest. Obviously, if I mix the right stuff this thing, I can create stronger tranquilizer darts. So let's take the anesthetic aid and mix this up and look what we got here. And I actually ended up making 4 dart L pluses. It can tranquilize with a single shot and the effect lasts for a long time. Okay, so I ended up getting an extra dart, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix this single dart with the resuscitation, and I got a poison dart. The warhead is armed with a deadly poison that kills an enemy with 1 shot. Why is it called a warhead? Is what I want to know. Unless it's accurate and I'm just stupid, which is possible, but I don't know. It just makes the thing sound more deadly than it really is. I don't think I'll need a resuscitation medicine for now, and I can probably go back to that green box outside the control room and probably find another one in there that I can use. I should probably head back there and grab that thing anyway. But yeah, pro tip. If you want to make poison darts out of resuscitation medicine and anesthetic dart L++, I would recommend that you only make the mixture when you have in your inventory a single N dart L++ and a single resuscitation medicine, because if you end up mixing, if you end up mixing your anesthetic dart in your inventory, regardless of how many that you have here, like say I got 3 in this inventory slot, for example, and you end up mixing those with your resuscitation medicine, regardless of how many you have of those in your inventory slot, in which case you can hold up to 2 of those medicines, it will mix both items in the inventory slot, including the extras that you got occupying said slot. So you'll end up wasting more resuscitation medicine and more anesthetic darts than you need to in order to create one poison dart. Because regardless of how many anesthetic darts that you use and resuscitations you use, it will always create only one poison dart. So you should try to find a way to make sure that you mix the least amount of anesthetic dart L++s and resuscitation medicines possible before you mix them together and you make your poison dart. Otherwise, you're just going to end up wasting more supplies than you need to. So we got the combination, so let's go down back into this office. And just like your old school Resident Evil game, save rooms have nice quiet ambient songs playing when you enter them. Just to let you know, hey, you are safe here. You can find peace. Nothing that will eat your face will be able to enter here. Plus, it also helps that to me, out of all the old school Resident Evil games and the Dino Crisis games, I always liked the Dino Crisis save room themes the best out of all of them. So, very, very nostalgic for me. Look what we got here. A key and an item box. Got the entrance key. The words main entrance are carved into it. And we got another resuscitation right here. That works out for me pretty well. So I got plenty of anesthetic dart L++s, so I can put 3 dinosaurs to sleep for a good while. I can kill one if necessary with poison dart, and I might be able to get away with putting down 1 dinosaur with the amount of parabellum rounds that I got, but it may not be enough. Because like I said, those things are bullet sponges. And if something goes wrong, I can at least revive with the resuscitation. I could still use some more supplies. So I'm just going to go right back here and open that green emergency box and see what I can find in there real quick. And it looks like the bleeding stopped for me, so that's good. Okay, we got 2 hemostats, 2 impact ends, 2 recovery aids, and 1 resuscitation. I'm not going to make another poison dart. I will instead put all this stuff in my inventory and see what I can create out of it. So we should... That looks like... Okay, we got 3 impact L's out of that. That's nice. Very nice. I think I can do something to make a resuscitation of the impact L++s, but I don't quite remember what it is. Still, I got all these extra ones, so I'm just going to go ahead and select the sort option, my supplies, that will sort everything for me. And I freed up 1 more inventory slot. I got plenty of med packs here to heal myself with now. And I think I will just go ahead and mix my hemostat with the recovery aid I got here, and I made 3 NPAC S's. I will mix those together. And I got even more Medpack L's. I'm pretty much swimming in these right now. Just go ahead and heal with one of them since I got so many. And I will put... I'll go ahead and put... I'll put 2 of them in the inventory slot for now. I'll sort my items again. Now I've got 3 free open inventory slots. I'm just gonna go ahead and play a little bit more. So we got the front entrance key, so we might as well just go ahead and go to the front entrance. And I'm just gonna play on the safe side and close that. This is most certainly a front entrance to a big and sinister military complex, and a military symbol adorns the floor. Where was I even going with that? I have no idea. We got an anesthetic aid right here. I'll gladly take that. It's been locked with a digital disc key. You must check the device next to the door and set a DDK device. So this is another DDK door right here. We got the N symbol. So we can't do shit with that right now. We need to find the discs that have the N symbol on it first. I'm just going to go through here, because I think that there is an item here that I can take with me. Another MPAC. Medpack. Why do I keep calling them MPACs? I think I'll leave it there for now, though, because there's another anesthetic aid up on the 2nd floor here I can take. Before I go and grab that, I'm going to go up here. Out here. Got another recovery aid. Let me look at my inventory. You know what? I guess I'll go back for it after all, but first I'll check out what I need out here. Something big obviously had to crash through there. The main gate of the facility is locked. The booth to regulate the entrance. No one appears to be inside. We got some SG bullets. So those are some bullets I can use for my shotgun. So I got lethal ammunition for them now. We got the DD code disc N for the input. So we got one of the things that we'll need. Can I mix anything? No. The file of personnel changes. Let's read the file. Personnel changes of researchers. Old. Section. Special Aircraft Experiment Room. New. Section. Third Energy Physics Laboratory. Registration number 57036. Name Mark Doyle. It's locked. The sign says heliport ahead. Okay, so I'm just going to go back to that emergency box, put away some items, and then I will just go ahead and come back to the front entrance. Okay. I think I'll put away my 2 resuscitations. There'll be an anesthetic aid later on close by that I'll need to pick up. And what else? else do I can go back for... Okay, you know what? I'll just put my NPAC Ls, my med packs, right here, because I can just mix another set here with the medium-sized one right by the entrance area and the recovery aid I got. And I'll hold on to everything else, I think. So I think we're good to go. Okay, back here. Let's go get that medical pack. Okay, there we go. Recovery aid. There we go. Now we'll go up to the second floor now, since I've pretty much gotten everything I can grab down here for now. And let's see what we can find up here besides the anesthetic aid here that I remember being like right here on this platform. Here, to be precise. Memory has served me well. Hallelujah. Not quite the quantity I was hoping for. I was hoping that they would make 4 stagged darts for me, and then I could mix those together and get like at least an M rated one or something. It's alright though, I think I'll be fine. Now, I know there's going to be enemies in the next room over, so I'm going to just equip my shotgun with SG bullets and just get ready for a fight. Hi! Ah, crap. Okay, takes care of you. We got more SG bullets here. That's good. It seems that this was once a beautiful picture. I don't know. I don't see any signs of there being a picture on there. It has been sharply ripped. Okay, we got our DDK lock here. We must check the door next advice. Yeah. Okay, we got our H door right here. But before I move on, I'm gonna check the lounge. Okay, switch to my handgun. I swear these things sound like angry cats. Don't they sound like angry cats to you? They sound like angry cats to me. They always did. Okay, it takes care of you. We got another resuscitation here, but do I need it right now? I'll leave it there in case I can make a stronger anesthetic dart. And it looks like I can. Looky what we got here. 4 M pluses. Let's mix these together. I'll hold on to the. I won't mix the darts with resuscitation medicine I got for now. Instead, I'll wait. You know what? I think I can afford to take the risk for just this occasion. Fuck! I already grabbed it. I'm an idiot. Well, yeah, never mind. Scratch that. I'm gonna hang on to my stuff. Thing with survival horror games, you gotta adapt, especially to your own idiotic decisions. Chemical manual. It is the first brochure of a pharmaceutical company. Let's read it. New product descriptions. Recovery aid, anesthetic aid, intensifier, and multiplier. The 4 chemicals listed above feature our company's latest advancements. They are designed to perform exceptionally, particularly on the front lines, where only the minimum amount of equipment is accessible. Features. By mixing chemicals, the following 2 types of supplies can be created. Recovery type. It quickly recovers lost vitality. Anesthetic type. Applied to the head of a bullet or needle, it can put the target to sleep. Supplies that are produced by chemical mixing can be made even more effective with additional mixing. So, yeah, pretty much what I was explaining to you guys earlier, but explained in a much more succinct manner. And a lot more professional sounding. Okay, let me look at my supplies. I'm gonna go look here some more. Not more, but I'm gonna look a little bit more before I go into the H room. Got a passageway to the communication thing, whatever it said. Restricted area, antenna room. The communication antenna room. Nothing happened. There is no power to activate it. There is a slot for the antenna activation key. That certainly won't be important later. A memo from an antenna operating engineer. Let's read the memo. As a result of tonight's experiment, a strong magnetic storm may occur. Consequently, the communication department will close at 6 p.m. At that time, the antenna will be temporarily stored. To prepare for the emergency, be sure to check the weapons storage locker in the lounge. You can unlock it with the combination 8159. That was the combination I was thinking about earlier. I just got mixed up with that first one. Recently, inexperienced guards have been assigned here, and a common problem is that they do not know how to use a DDK. Here are some points that may not be clear in the manual. Make sure that your staff becomes familiar with this important information. After you set the DDK to the door's locking device, you'll be asked to enter the password code. You will then need to derive the code by using the basic elimination rule. Eliminate the key letters to reveal the correct code. Be sure to try this out by setting an actual DDK to the door locking device. For example, code OXPYEZN, and the key is X, Y, and Z. In the above case, the correct password would be OPEN, OPEN. And that's basically how the DDK thing works. It is a small hatch used for antenna maintenance. Simple. Although, if you were to tell that to my old elementary school self here, who couldn't follow these basic instructions to save his life, well, he'd look at you as though you were some kind of idiot who didn't know what he was talking about. When, well, all you would have needed to do was just stick a mirror in that poor little kid's face, and, well, yeah. But hey, with age comes wisdom, supposedly. I mean, not everybody gets wisdom as they get older. But luckily, some of us do. And I'm pleased to say that I'm one of those that's gotten some wisdom as he got older. Okay, so we got our code up top, and our key is right below that. So, using the elimination rule that we got, that gentleman in that little memo suggested, let's take out from the code B, C, F, G, and I. We will then be left with H, E, A, and D. So, what does that spell? Head. Mission accomplished. The DDK lock has been unlocked. And this basically leads to the research facility chief's room. You would think that they would have much higher security for such an important person's room. But, well, I don't know. Maybe they cut corners. Either way, this was a really big mistake, having such a easy password there.
A survivor.
Hi!
Are you from the rescue team?
Yes, I am. Do you know where I can find Dr. Kirk?
Kirk? That fool. What's he plotting now?
What are you talking about?
Here. Take this.
What's this for?
I don't know. Told me extremely vital.
Panel key 1. It appears to be a panel that can unlock the electronic lock. And it looks an awful lot like that first panel key I found down on the first floor. And it's got SOL on there. But I know what that actually is. And I will go ahead and just do a little sequence breaking here in just a minute. Will you take the SG bullets? Yes, I will definitely need this here for within the next couple minutes. Various miniatures are lined up here. They all seem to be weapons. Look at that void. It's magnificent. Guy makes you want to stare at it for minutes on end and think, thank God that you have a nice big window protecting you from it. And we got our second DDKN disc thing, so we can go back to that door on the first floor in the main entrance and try unlocking that. Small objects are neatly placed here. See, I guess a picture of somebody, probably their kid, and some pictures of a colleague. Documents are scattered. One is titled about the stabilizer. And, well, you're not going to read it, I see. A commemorative medal is displayed here. There are 2 slots under the frame where panel keys can be inserted. So, that's what these things are for. Now, give me a sec. I need to look at these keys again before I put them in there. Hold on. Okay. Whoops, didn't mean to go that far. And you. Okay, I think I got it. Just want to memorize the things on them. Now, we got put panel key 1 here in the left, and panel key 2 in the right. And we got ourselves a hidden safe with a numeric passcode. There's a panel here that accepts a numeric code. So, there is a way to figure out what the code is, and it's on those keys that I just put in there. So what the hint are is that what those things on the keys that look like letters or names are actually numbers if you look at them upside down or inverted. So like the first key has like the digits 7, 0, and 5, and the third one has 7, 3, and 0. So I'm just trying to remember which order I need to put them in first. I think I need to. I'm going to say that it's 705 for panel key 1 and 730. Okay, that wasn't it. Let's try 705037. There we go. Look at me, sequence breaking. Now there's a memo that I can find a little ways later into the game here that would tell me about tell me about this safe hidden in this room here, and what I need to do in order to figure out the code in order to unlock it. But well, I just felt like saving a little time. So we got this thing, keycard L. The letter L is carved into the card. Now, what the hell this card key is for? I'm not gonna say what it is just yet. Well, when we get to the relevant spot in the game where I need to use this thing, I'll tell you all about it. Anyway, we got what we needed. Let's get out of here. Hey there! Isn't it beautiful? Too bad I gotta shoot you. Okay. Okay, come on. Go away. So yeah, that's nasty surprise would have been waiting for you if you managed to get the key out of that safe and thought that everything would be all hunky-dory if you just decide to leave the room. Nope! You'd have to deal with the motherfucking T-Rex. Of course, there is the slight chance here that even if you couldn't figure out the combination and you decide to leave the room anyway, there is a slight chance that it would still jump scare you like that and try to come in and eat you. So that element of chance can create a bit of paranoia in those who are very familiar with this game. But not me, though. I played this game enough times here where that doesn't scare the shit out of me anymore. But when I first encountered that segment, I jumped out of my seat screaming. That was one of the worst scares that this game ever gave me. Damn effective, I gotta say. At least the T-Rex got a nice little snack out of the whole affair. Of course, though, there was nothing stopping me from just running right out of the room and just leaving it. The T-Rex. But I just felt like picking a fight with it, just because. Dumb reason. I could have just left, saved myself some ammo, but honestly, I'm feeling pretty confident about my supplies right now, so I felt like bruising the T-Rex's ego a little bit.
I've unlocked the shutters near the entrance. One more thing. I just caught a glimpse of something on the monitor that looked human. It should be somewhere near the front of the training room. So, check there first.
Okay, so I gotta look. So I now got to go to where this training room is located, but I'm going to save that for the next episode. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and unlock this door right now. So it'll be just pretty much the same. It'll pretty much be the same trick that I had to use for the first door. I just gotta use the key and eliminate all the extra letters in the code in order to determine what the code is. So putting A, B, D, F, G, and H, we will have N, W, E, C, O, M, and R left. So, take those letters and form a word out of it. We will get newcomer. And it's unlocked. Yeah, I'm gonna go through this door and start exploring the pathway that'll take me to this train room that I gotta go look in the next episode. Oh, look, we got another one of these things, but rather than pick a fight with it, I'm just gonna go around it. So, yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and cut things off here, and we can save my next objective for the next episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this first episode of Dino Crisis. I'm certainly excited to get back into this game. Again, it's been a while, and and this is pretty much one of my favorite games from the PlayStation 1 day. Excuse me. Getting tongue twisted again. This is pretty much one of my favorite games from the PS1 days, so to me it's always a treat to come back and play this game every once in a while. So, yeah, I hope if you guys enjoyed this first episode of Dino Crisis and you want to see more content from me, feel free to subscribe to my channel. I will see you guys for the next episode, so see you guys then. Take care.